Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Fiscal Philosophy YouTube channel. Actually, probably it'll be good morning. I'm going to release this just before the market opens tomorrow morning. I've been traveling and I decided I wanted to at least get one video out. So, some stocks in the portfolio, some brief updates on them. One, of course, is Medical Properties Trust that has been up over 12% in the last month, and we've had multiple days recently where it's closed above $5. This has been quite nice and a departure from the usual. However, it has bled off a little bit. Drip day, however, is coming. Hypothetically, lower rates, and we just got our rate cut recently, should be good for the stock. However, 10-year treasuries need to come down, and I think also the dividend going up combined with the rates going down would be the thing that would actually send this to where we want it to be. Some price targets from the Discord include Blue, who is very heavily invested in this, who thinks that $8 in 2026 is a reasonable target. We'll see if he ends up being right. I'm still in the stock, of course. So here's hoping for that. So next up, we have HITI. The journey with the stock this year has been quite interesting, right? First, at the beginning of the year, it was over $3 at one point. There was a valley where you had the opportunity, if you wanted, to get in at $1.70. Boy, oh boy, now that it's back up in the high threes, do we wish we had loaded up then. Now I've got a pretty well fleshed out position in this company. Not too long ago, maybe a few weeks back, we interviewed the CEO, Raj Grover, on the Cash Flow Kings live YouTube channel. And he revealed a lot of important details about the acquisition of Remexian, which is the German side of the business that they now have. In Germany, remember, it's all about the medical. So the licensed producers in Canada that Raj has a relationship with can now export from Canada, import into Germany through this acquisition, and it will be accretive for all involved, which is part of the reason why maybe Canadian producers are seeing a boost in price as well, including Oxley, which I'm invested in. Next up is, of course, one of my all-time favorites, which is Grab. And if you were paying attention a few weeks ago when it was below $5, I was pounding the table that, hey, this is a good entry point. And since then, of course, the market has seemingly agreed with me that it was, in fact, still a screaming buy at that level. Of course, my cost basis is substantially lower than that because this was one where I would consider myself to have seen and gotten into the opportunity early. In my travels, which I am on right now, and which I have done over the last few years, I have used Grab extensively in Southeast Asia, and I find the service to be incredible, every bit as good as Uber in terms of the core business model, which is ride sharing, and of course the food delivery service, as well as some convenience delivery services from retail stores. They'll pick up those items for you, and I've used all of these. Actually, on this very trip into Southeast Asia, I met up with longtime channel subscriber and member of the Discord, Cooper, who, by the way, has been here since I think 2023. So one of the what we would call OG people in the community, and that Discord is still free, by the way. I am not planning on charging anything for that. I just want to have good conversations about investing, which we met up for lunch. His wife was very patient while we just simply went off about stocks for I think hours actually, and never really ran out of stocks to talk about, never really got bored. We just loved the game, I suppose. And I think it was a little bit funny actually that I happened to actually take a Grab ride to the place where we met for lunch and whatnot. So that was kind of a full circle moment for me as a Grab investor to take a Grab ride to a lunch where we ended up talking about Grab stock. We also talked a little bit about what they've been able to accomplish in their mobile banking segment, which it's still extremely early days on there. So if you're somebody that likes the idea of Uber, likes the idea of SoFi, maybe regret not getting in early on either of those, you basically have a 2-for-1 in grab just in the Southeast Asia region of the world. I was originally only going to do 3 stocks. However, we spent a lot of time at this lunch talking about Google as well, so it's kind of fresh on my mind. We've both been bullish on the stock, I think, pretty much the whole year, especially when it was cheap, actually. And a lot of people didn't become bullish until the last few weeks when it started to really run up, which, sentiment seems to follow price in a lot of cases. But Google has so many things going for it. It still seems like, to me, probably the best deal in the Mag 7. I mean, with Amazon had a pullback recently, so you could maybe make that argument again between the two. But you've got their cloud business, you've got search, you've got YouTube, you've got Waymo. I think they got like 7% of SpaceX or something like that. So with all the things Google has going for it, it's really hard to hate this company. Do me a favor now and drop a comment below if you're in any of these 4 stocks and with any thoughts on what we've discussed so far in this video. I'm hoping to get a little bit more frequent as soon as I get back from my trip. As usual, I do appreciate you all for tuning in. Please feel free to do the algo stuff, subscribe, like, all that. And make sure you catch me every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Cashflow Kings Live, Discord in the description here. It's free, as always. And I look forward to hearing from you. Take it easy, everyone. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you more when I get back.